Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Future Designs. So guys, this is my first tutorial on assemblies in Solidworks. My last all videos are related to the part modeling in Solidworks and also the basics of Solidworks. तो अगर आपने वो videos को नहीं देखा है तो I recommend you to please have a look, because on the basis of those videos we will draw the next coming parts in next videos. So आप please उसे देखें. तो चलिए आज की वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो आज हम ड्रॉ करेंगे प्लमर ब्लॉक असेंबली. तो बेसिकली ये प्लमर ब्लॉक असेंबली का 3D व्यू है. तो इसमें ये पूरी पार्ट को असेंबल कर दिया गया है. ये अलग अलग पार्ट है जो एक साथ असेंबल किए गए हैं. तो बेसिकली इस वीडियो में हम इस प्लमर ब्लॉक को अलग अलग पार्ट इसके हम ड्रॉ करेंगे और नेक्स्ट वीडियो में होपफुली हम इसे असेंबल करेंगे, बिकॉज इन एक वीडियो में इसे ड्रॉ करना और असेंबल करना पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा क्योंकि वीडियो बहुत लेंथी हो जाएगा. तो उसके लिए हम इसके 2 पार्ट बनाएंगे. अगर ज़रूरत पड़ी तो पार्ट 3 भी ज़रूर करेंगे. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. सबसे पहले ये हमें इसका बेस पार्ट है, ये हम तैयार करते हैं. तो दिस इज़ द टॉप व्यू ऑफ दैट पार्ट एंड दिस विल बी द फ्रंट व्यू ऑफ दैट पार्ट. वी हैव ऑल गिवन द डायमेंशन ऑफ दीज ऑल पार्ट्स, और मैं इस PDF को डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में इसका लिंक दे दूंगा, तो आप प्लीज़ वहाँ से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं अपनी प्रैक्टिस के लिए. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. सो वी हैव टू गो टू सॉलिडवर्क्स. ओके, आई ऑल्सो चूज़ फ्रंट प्लेन. आपको जो भी प्लेन आपको चूज़ करना है तो आप कोई भी कर सकते हैं. इट्स अप टू यू कि आपको कौन सा चूज़ करना है, आपको इसमें कंफर्टेबल है. ओके, फर्स्ट वी हैव टू टेक अ लाइन फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट एंड दिस पॉइंट. देन मैं रफली ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ. Okay, exit. Now we will give dimension to it. This will be the half of 208, so 104 mm. You will find the dimension in the PDF, so please have a look. And the distance from this line to this line will be 14 mm. The distance from this line to this line is 68 mm. We will call it 68 mm. Okay, now okay, so this distance इतना हमने बना लिया इसे. उसके बाद we just use, first we take a center line from this point, from origin point to upward vertical. So let's just select this line and make relation vertical. Okay, we just use trim and trim this entity. Okay, then we have just draw this. Now we just take some dimensions. So this line, this point to this point, the distance is 16 mm, I think. Okay, yes, it is 16 mm. Okay, then from this point to this point, this line is 4 mm. Okay, yes, so this is the drawing. Okay, so first we mirror this command, these entities. ध्यान से आपको इसको चूज़ करना है क्योंकि कोई भी लाइन छूटनी नहीं चाहिए. देन चूज़ मिरर अबाउट. किस पॉइंट का आप अबाउट इसे मिरर करना चाहते हैं, तो मैं इस पॉइंट का अबाउट करना चाहता हूँ. तो आप देख रहे होंगे कि एक लाइन छूट गई है, तो मैं एंटिटीज टू मिरर में जाता हूँ और इस लाइन को सेलेक्ट कर लेता हूँ. देन दिस इज द कंप्लीट. ओके, तो वी जस्ट मिरर दिस सरफेस over this surface. Okay, again choose, first delete this, again choose smart dimension and we choose the length, whole length of the line 200, because हमें dimension में इसे पूरा दिखाना होता है. तो center line ले लेते हैं इस point के about. Let's just take a center line from this point and then smart dimension from this center line to this line. The angle will be 106. Okay, now we can just ओके, अब हमें इसे डायमेंशन देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज अगर आप देखें तो मैंने अगर लाइन कमांड में ले लेता हूँ सेंटर लाइन अबाउट दिस पॉइंट एंड स्मार्ट डायमेंशन this point to this point, this will be automatically 106 because we mirror this from this. अगर हम यहाँ पे कोई भी डायमेंशन में चेंज करते हैं तो यहाँ भी चेंज हो जाएगा. ओके, देन यूज ट्रिम कमांड and trim this entity. Okay, now we just take a circle over there from this point. Firstly we select this point. The distance from this point to this point is 56 mm. 56 mm. Okay, and the distance from, yeah, just take a circle from this point, the radius of 24 mm. 24 mm. Okay, now just take trim command, or yeah, just take trim command and trim this entity, and then choose a center line from this point to this point, from actually this point to this point. Okay, now choose a line from this point. Okay, again choose a line. Okay, from this point to this point, and again line command. Okay, sorry, from this point, line command from this point to this point, make relation vertical. Okay, again this line, choose this line, make relation vertical. Okay, now use trim command and trim this entity. Okay, and we don't need this, so we delete this point. एंड जूम कर लेते हैं थोड़ा और इस पॉइंट को भी डिलीट कर देते हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स दिस सर्कल एंड दिस पॉइंट. zoom out, drag and zoom in here. Again delete this circle, this line and this line. आपको बहुत ध्यान से करना होगा, क्योंकि अगर इसमें एक भी पॉइंट छूट जाता है तो प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. तो वी जस्ट हैव just define this circle, radius is 24. Okay, we just have, okay, हमने हर सब चीज़ को डिफाइन कर दिया है. सो वी कैन एक्सट्रूड दिस कमांड, एक्सट्रूड दिस एंटिटी about this point. Okay, let's use extrude, and we can extrude it up to 46 mm according to the drawing. 46 mm. Okay, आपको मैं ड्राइंग दिखा देता हूँ. ये देखिए, इसका जो टॉप व्यू है वहाँ से आपको पता चलेगा कितना एक्सट्रूड करना है. ओके, देन तो हमारा बेसिक पार्ट की इमेज आप देख सकते हैं. उसके बाद sketch this point. Okay, according to drawing we have to draw, look over here, this is the top view, so we have to draw two square from this point and two holes from through this wall surface. So firstly we have to draw a shell, use this, and I use a center rectangle for this point, and from this point I normal to, and yeah, just take a center line from this point, sorry, center line. Okay, from this point to this point. Now it will be easy to take a center rectangle from the center point, center rectangle, and yeah, from this point to this point. Okay, now just define this, take smart dimension, and I have to take this point to this point is 190 mm, sorry 195 mm. Okay, and the distance from this line, again take smart dimension, sorry, sketch and smart dimension from this point to this center point or center line. It's just half of the 195, so 195 divided by 2, it's 97.50 already, it is okay. So and then feature and extrude cut. We can also use shell command, but we use shell command over shell command here. Extrude cut it to over 2 mm in upward direction. Okay, so as you can see, there is a slot cut in this surface. So again sketch this surface, sketch normal to, okay. Can take center line from this point to this point. Okay. Now we will just take a center rectangle about this point, about center of this point actually, yeah, center of this point, okay, and define is at 28 mm, sorry, 28 mm, okay, and this line will be 28 mm. Okay, the distance from center to this point will be 14. It's already 14, so we don't need to do that again. We need similar entity about this point over this surface, so mirror entity point will be clear selection और लाइन सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए, पूरा स्क्वायर आप सेलेक्ट कर लीजिए, देन मिरर अबाउट दिस पॉइंट. ओके, मिरर हो गया. So again use extrude cut, sorry, firstly we have to define another sketch, normal to, yeah, we have to define the distance from this point to this point. So we need from this point to this point, first we have to take dimension from this point, center point to, actually smart dimension again, we'll just choose this line from this line will be half of 78 divided by 2. Okay, so as you can see, I have given dimension only this side, and as it is a mirror entity, it will take dimension automatically. Okay, then we extrude cut it. You have to draw a slot up to 10 mm. Okay, we just have draw okay. Now we have to draw a slot over this point, so I select this line again, sketch normal to. ये मैंने इसके साथ ही इसलिए नहीं बनाया क्योंकि इसे हमें थ्रू ऑल करना है और इसका कुछ डिस्टेंस था, सो हमें इसे थ्रू ऑल नहीं करना, इसलिए मैंने ये एंटिटी अलग से बनाई. तो वी कैन टेक अ स्लॉट फ्रॉम दिस स्ट्रेट स्लॉट and we can draw this from one point, define another point and the radius. Okay, so we can take a center line from this point, we need center line from this point to this point, and okay, now the distance we have given from this point to this point will be 8 mm only. 8 mm. Okay, now the radius of this circle, uh, this arc will be 6 mm. Okay, and this will be also be 6 mm by default. Okay, and again use mirror entity, and I want to mirror this end slot over this side. So again use center line and mirror about. Okay, so the distance from this point you have given, center from this point to this point we have distance of 154. Okay, so we don't need to take distance from this point because we take the distance from middle to middle, so it is already aligned. So okay, then use feature and extrude cut and just select through all. Okay, okay, so we have created that slots in that area, just like that. And we have also to do something. Take fillet command over this line, and I think it's not fillet command actually. So this is the main base part of the drawing. We just have to create a part over also here. So I think, yeah, this is the base part, and according to drawing we have drawn it. So basically now we will draw extruded cut part from this point. This is the top view. We have cutted the slots. Now we have to create an arc over this point from this to this, and also two holes from this point. So click on OK. Okay, the distance from डिमेंशन आपको बहुत ही ध्यान से देखने होते हैं, क्योंकि अगर आपने गलती की तो ये पार्ट असेंबली में फिक्स नहीं होगा एक दूसरे के साथ. तो फ्रॉम दिस पॉइंट टू दिस पॉइंट वी नीड. ओके, नाउ टेक दिस पॉइंट sketch point. Okay, yeah, this point to sketch point. Okay, exit sketch and take this point to sketch. Okay, then take normal again. Now we draw a center line from this point to this point. Okay, now just take a circle from this point, from center of this point, as the radius of 54, as the radius of yeah, it's 54. Okay, so we drawn it over that surface. Okay, first we draw, let me delete this, delete. Okay, now first we have to draw a circle over here. This is sketch number 6. Let me exit this sketch and delete this. Okay, yes, now click on this surface, sketch, and now take a center line about this point, normal to. Okay, center line from this point to this point, again. Okay, now again take a center line from this point to this point. Okay, now take circle over here and a circle over here. Select one circle, press Ctrl and select another one and make relation equal. Okay, now use smart dimension. The distance from this point to this point will be, according to drawing, 78 mm. 78 mm. Okay, so just we have to draw distance from this to this is half of 78, because it's not aligned properly. 78 divided by 2. Okay, now it is symmetric. Okay, now again choose smart dimension and choose the dimension of either one of the circle. The radius of that circle is 6 mm. Okay, actually dia is 12 mm. Okay, yep. Now we just have to cut it through, extrude cut this point up to, not up to this, up to the surface. Actually 68, and we have to take 68 and minus 10, so it will be 68 minus 10, 58 mm by calculation. We have to take it above the square, so it's 58 mm. Okay, rating bar. Okay, so these are the circle we drawn. Now again choose this part or this part. I'll choose this point, this part. Okay, sketch, again normal to. Okay, about the center point, again take a center line from this point to this point. Again take a circle over this point. The radius of that circle will be 54 mm as per given in the drawing. 54 mm, yeah, 54. Drop this 54 mm. Okay, okay, again choose line command. Actually we can just extrude this point, or we can just take a arc from this point. No need of circle. Delete this circle. It's taking some time. Okay, we need a center point arc from this point to this side, over this side. Okay, again choose a center point. Let me take just a circle over there, this point to this point. The distance, the radius will be 54. Actually the radius will be 54, yes. Okay, now okay, just let me connect these points from this point. Okay, from this point to this point. Okay, from this point, and again line, choose line command from this point to this point. Okay, now just use trim command and trim this entity. Let me trim this entity as well. Okay, so this will be the drawn property. Then feature and extrude cut. then cut this surface through 14. So I'll cut this point to 68 minus 14, 54 mm. Okay, choose. Okay. Oh, actually I just I just cutted the whole part. It's not needed. We can edit this part, edit feature, or I can edit the drawing. So I will go on plus button and then edit sketch, and then normal to. Okay, normal to. Okay, now I just have to take a trim command over here again, and I have to trim all these lines, and again take a line from this point to this point, from this point to this point, again take line command, enter, from this point to this point, and this point to this point. Okay, now it's cool. Okay, now exit sketch. Okay, it is giving some errors, so I can close this. Okay, so I will first delete this feature. Okay, so my drawing is ready. Now I can extrude cut this command. So I'll first sketch, I'll select the sketch first. So this is my sketch. Okay, so this will be the point, and select these surfaces. Okay, and up to 54. Okay, so yeah, this is the complete part we were drawing. So actually we can take fillet command over here again, and about this point. Okay, and about this point the radius will be 8 mm. Okay, so this is the base part of the plumber block assembly. This is almost ready. Yes, so we can save it. We just have to do something more. If you have a look on top view, there is also a hole in the middle of the surface, which is of dia 8 mm and deep 8 mm deep. So we just click on that surface and I choose plane. मैंने आपको लास्ट लेक्चर्स में भी बताया था कि आपको प्रोजेक्ट प्लेन कैसे करना है, क्योंकि हम राउंड सरफेस के ऊपर डायरेक्ट ड्राइंग नहीं कर सकते हैं. सो वी हैव टू टेक अ प्लेन ओवर देयर. So it's taking some time. I'm sorry about this. And okay, flip this towards downward, and let me calculate the distance from this point to this point. So the distance from this point to this point is 16 mm. 16 plus 4 mm, 16 plus 4 mm, and yeah, 4, it's 20, and the radius of the circle is 24, and the radius of circle is 24, so it's 44 mm I think. Let me just type here 44 mm, enter. Yeah, so it's about this point I think. Yeah, okay, let me correct myself and delete this. Phase 2, delete. Okay, So actually I had just have taken something wrong, because it's not 44, I think it will be 40. So let me type here, and the 40 will be, I think, yeah, it is okay. Then okay, if anything goes wrong we can also edit the feature, so not to worry. Okay, now choose that plane. Okay, sketch normal to, it's hanging a bit, so okay, it's normal to. Now just take a center line from this point, to this point. Okay, and we have the center point, and choose a circle. We have to draw a hole over this point. The distance, the diameter of this hole will be 8 mm. Okay, and we have to cut it through, I think 8 mm. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, actually I think we just projected the plane little bit up from the surface here, so it's okay, it's not a problem. We just feature and extrude cut. Okay, so we need here 8 mm, so 8 mm is that, and I think this distance, अगर मैं यहाँ पे line लेता हूँ, first sketch and again sketch, and from this point, actually I'll sketch this point. First axis sketch, I'll check out with the distances, sketch over this surface. Okay, take a line from this point or from this point. I'll take a distance from this point. Again take a line, it's not taking the line. Again axis sketch. Okay, sketch. Take line command from the center point to this, and I take smart dimension. Okay, from this point to this point I need to take 44 mm. It's so I'll delete this line. Again axis sketch, and goes to this sketch, edit sketch. Okay, so we can edit that plane also, so we click plane or sketch. Okay, so it's not a big deal, it's 44 mm actually, so it sketch. Okay, sketch. Okay, now use feature command. My PC is lagging bit. Okay, extrude cut this circle through this point. I'll take it as 13 mm or 12 mm. Okay, then okay, yeah, so we extruded cut a hole from this surface. Then I'll hide this point or plane. So guys, this is the first part we have to make for plumber block assembly. This is a difficult one, so अगर आप इसको जितना प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो उतना करें, क्योंकि वी आर यूजिंग ओनली बेसिक कमांड इन दिस. अगर आपको बेसिक आता होगा तो इट्स ड्राइंग में आपको बनाने के लिए ज़्यादा टफ नहीं है, तो आप ज़रूर मेरी फर्स्ट वीडियोस को देखें, उसमें मैंने टोटली एक्सप्लेन किया है आपको, सो यू कैन लर्न फ्रॉम दिस। तो नेक्स्ट पार्ट को हम नेक्स्ट वीडियो में बनाएंगे गाइज, बिकॉज दिस वीडियो ये बहुत लंबी हो चुकी है। सो अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया होगा तो प्लीज़ लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबाएं ताकि आप तक हमारी लेटेस्ट वीडियो आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंचे।